It's been a while since I've done a movie review. Do you care what I think about movies? No. Do I care what I think about movies? Also no. But I'm going to do this anyway because I have a YouTube channel and I'm going to use it. Same reason people climb Mount Everest. Except, when I do a movie review, nobody dies. At least not usually. So let's talk about Necessary Roughness. It came out 1991, I think. I better double check this. I also just double checked the name of the movie, making sure it wasn't called Unnecessary Roughness. It is not. There is no un in front of this. I need to stop doubting myself, but I will only doubt myself more. So, I had not seen this movie. My wife and I are going through our kick. We're watching old movies, mostly confined to the 80s, just something stupid we can look at night to drink. And really, it doesn't take much of an excuse to drink when you have 4 kids. But hey, let's make it an event. Let's watch an old movie. So, Necessary Roughness. Basic plot: a guy in his 30s who was really good at football but never played in college, goes back to play in college for a team that had to disqualify its entire squad last year for academic fraud or whatever. So apparently I have a thing for Texas football movies. We watched Varsity Blues the other day, and I get really into these, kind of like I get really into Rocky. It's like, is Rocky going to win? And sometimes he doesn't. That's what makes it exciting. Also, he's an old guy in most of them. I'm always rooting for the old guy. I'm in my 30s now, so I just sympathize with people who are old and broken down. And then they unrealistically win and they just lose me. It's like, well, if this were realistic, he would just keep losing. I played tackle football once after college. A buddy had a tradition up in Wisconsin where every Thanksgiving they played tackle football. I played tackle football for like 45 minutes. I could not walk for 3 days. And I was probably 22 or 23 at the time. So Scott Bakula, this movie, is the 34-year-old who goes back to play in college. Now, Scott Bakula is one of the only actor names I can remember because it rhymes with Count Dracula. More importantly, he was Archer on Star Trek Enterprise, the second greatest Star Trek captain out there. Shame on all of you for not watching that show and getting it canceled. I also did not watch it until it was canceled and then came back to life on Netflix. So I'm just as bad as you, but I'm the one talking on camera, so this is all your fault. Anyway, Scott Bakula, good dude. He's out there, he's working on a ranch, and somebody pulls up and says, hey, why don't you come back and play in college? Does this make any sense on any level? No. Even if you got a full ride scholarship to go back in your 30s to play football in college, first of all, you're going to die. So any benefits you get from college are not going to really help your life much unless the college is also going to pay for your funeral. Like even when you're 18 or 19, football destroys your body. If you're 34, like look at 34-year-old players in the NFL. They're basically saved in cryo chambers between games and injected with like painkillers at every joint in their body. And Scott Bakula's just coming off the street and going to play this. So realistically, he would die. Also, college is awful, and he works on a ranch, so it's not like this is going to improve his whole life very much. It's not like he can go and get a degree in like cattle wrangling and somehow it's going to up his pay grade. Cattle wrangling isn't something you take a class on. It's just something you know. It comes from in here. I should know. I've been a pro cattle wrangler for a while. No. This is why you shouldn't do YouTube videos without a script. This is exactly why. Anyway, they go and they play. The second real unrealistic thing about this is a Texas school disqualified its own players. Because if you are in Texas, football is not a sport, it is a religion, and if you blaspheme against the football team, you are burned at the stake. So would any college in Texas ever get rid of its own football team for academic whatever? No, it would not. Anyway, Scott Bakula rolls in. Best part of this movie, they lose every single game up until the last one. You gotta love that. Every other sports movie, they're like, yeah, we're the champions, we're gonna win them all, maybe we'll lose one just to build tension, then we'll keep winning. This one, they just keep losing. It was kind of amazing, and they lose in hilarious fashion, just blown out. And their one big win is against a good football team that was jerks to them, and they win that one game, and it makes no difference overall. That's what I want to see in my movies. Futility, followed by one victory just for spite. That is the sports formula for victory. That's what Rocky gets too. He gets a moral victory in that first movie. He loses, but he messes up Apollo Creed out of spite. Like he wrecks Apollo Creed's career, really. for no reason. He could have just let him go, but he did it. He did it out of spite, and that's what I want. I want more negative emotions being celebrated on screen. I think that's really what we need in America right now. Would I recommend this movie? Absolutely, but you need to be drinking. That's really my blanket recommendation for anything. You need to like sports movies. You need to like Star Trek Enterprise. If you don't like Star Trek Enterprise, you're a bad person with bad opinions, and you should go stand in a corner and feel bad about yourself. I don't think I used bad enough time in those sentences. You are bad. Go watch Star Trek Enterprise. Then, my voice just squeaks. I'm so emotional about this. After you watch Star Trek Enterprise, go back and watch Necessary Roughness and enjoy Scott Bakula winning one game. And I guess I just spoiled the freaking movie for you, so if you haven't already watched it, you're not going to watch it now. Also, there's a part in this where they play a team of convicts for no discernible reason. They let them out of prison, and it's all a bunch of the actors playing them are all NFL players, and it's pretty hilarious. And they get destroyed. They being the college football players. Also, you gotta love college movies because everybody playing, Scott Bakula is supposed to be the old guy, but realistically, all the actors on his team are also in their late 20s and early 30s. So these are all grown men. Because if you're 18 or 19, you are a child. This is true. The older I get, the more I realize that everyone younger than me is a child. Honestly, if you're 29, you're a child. If you're 33, you're a child. My voice is squeaking at 34. Am I a child? No. I am old and dead inside, as I have said in the title of my books. Anyway, that's my opinion of Necessary Roughness. Go watch it now that I've spoiled the entire thing for you, and enjoy drinking and enjoy watching Star Trek Enterprise. Catch you next time. Please hit that subscribe button for no discernible reason other than that it keeps me going and wasting my time in front of this camera rather than spending time with my kids. Thank you.